It's in the game.
My buddy said, oh, that's so easy. 2 days. When the ball was with St. Ursula, Maryland. One second shift, 2 to 10:30, the other one overnight shift, 8:30 to 5. What do you know?
Takes a part of me, something lost and never seen. Every time I start to believe, something taken from me. Life's gotta always be messing with me. Can't it chill and let me be free? Can't I take away all this pain? I try to every night, all in vain. Sometimes I cannot take this place. Sometimes it's my life I can't taste. Sometimes I cannot feel my face. You'll never see me fall from grace. Times have I felt disease? Nothing in my life is free. Sometimes I cannot take this place. Sometimes it's my life I can't taste. Sometimes I cannot feel my face. You'll never see me far from grace.
Now from the second city of Chicago, head down Lakeshore Drive and you find venerable Soldier Field, home of the Bears. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Chicago Bears. Settle in. We think we've got a good one. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. And off we go from the Windy City. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
First run of the game here for DeAndre Swift. Not much there, maybe a yard. From the 20, here's second down and 9.
1 yard gain.
Another run here, another run by Swift. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. It's Gregory Rousseau in on the stop.
Second down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
On third down, it's Williams. That's to the Michigan man, Colston Loveland. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. They'll indeed go. It's Williams. Got the hook up there to Ogunze. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33.
A 7-yard gain.
A run here with Swift. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss. Throwing on second down. Williams. He'll send this one deep for Ogunze. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A big-time play for the Bears. 36 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Swift. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
They'll go again with Swift, and he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Playing close quickly. And here comes 3rd down.
At the 29-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was 3rd down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Swift. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down. Inside the 10, it is caught. To the goal line and in. DJ Moore. Touchdown Bears. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. It's up and through. And the Bears will take a 7-0 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. this is James Cook. And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8 at his pass, the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Cook. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happy. Gonna lose a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Allen on 3rd down. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Bills.
From the gun, here is Allen. That's to Kincaid once again. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Allen to his tight end, Kincaid, and the Bills have a first down.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. In motion goes Cooks. They'll throw on first down with Allen. He's got the connection there. It's Joshua Palmer. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Allen going to give it to Cook. Looking for the pylon, but the official right there is going to mark him out of bounds at the 1-yard line. That is a gain of 15, and now it's first and goal. Now it is first and goal. They'll run the sneak, and he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Josh Allen, touchdown, Bills.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop. And they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Tyler pass to kick off for Buffalo.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Duvernay on the return. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this opening quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. We're back to Soldier Field after this. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. He gets this one to Moore. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. Right back to Moore, another grab. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
That's good for a Bears first down.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Williams to the air once more. Open man, that's Luther Burden. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. That pickup good for 29 yards.
Bears first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
34-yard line.
Jordan.
They'll run out of the gun. It is Swift. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Larry Ogunjobi with the tackle for the defense.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's a give to Swift. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
Third on the
You got
stop.
Hornets!
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Good awareness there on 3rd down. He's thinking there's nothing there, tuck it, and head for the sticks. He's able to get the first down himself, avoid any big contact, and the biggest thing is he keeps the drive alive.
20-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. He'll take off again. And he's going to be very close to the first down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner. And that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the first down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They're going to run. It's the man from Rutgers, Kyle Monunga. And he'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up 1st and goal.
That's good for a Bears first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's a run. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
Brought down
Here now, 2nd down and goal.
6-yard
The
pickup.
Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Monungai, and he'll go down back at the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal.
A 3-yard loss on the play. It's 3rd and goal.
To throw, it's Williams. And he's going to have to eat this one, and down he goes. That's a 2nd charge timeout to Chicago, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This from 34 yards. Santos' kick is good. And the Bears will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
2nd down and 8. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A gain there of 15. Good for a Bills 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Allen. He'll dump this down to the fullback coming out of the backfield. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Seems like the fullback is kind of the last of a dying breed, but we see them used occasionally in the run game. But, man, when you have a guy that you can target in the passing game, it just adds one more layer for a defense to have to worry about.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
3rd down and 3. In motion goes Cooks. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tyreek Stevenson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Intercepted. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Run now for Manunga. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Manunga gonna get it again. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1.
He's tackled at
Now
the
a
40-yard
3rd and 2.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
On the give, it is Manunga. But he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up 4th down. The Bears go ahead, take their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Williams. He's got his tight end. It's Loveland. And he's going to have the Bears 1st down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot as a gain of 18. Here's Williams now to throw. That is caught. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half and good enough for a 1st down.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Now Williams exiting the pocket right. To the pylon, he's in. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Chicago. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Very little time remaining in this 1st half as this kick is away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
In motion goes Cooks. Here's Allen now on 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
It's 2nd down.
One final throw before the break. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Just seeing where he would figure out what Sam's strengths are, how he can complement those other tight ends, and the use as many tight ends as a personnel base as we need to attack whatever defense we're seeing.
Here on EA Sports.
I think that's really what this is about, right? Like, see what happens in the future. If Sam Roush ends up replacing and whatever it ends up being, we'll see what happens to replace that. But this season at least, it's about exploring mismatches and opening yourself up to the personnel that you can have out there on the field. Thompson Loveland is going to line up some as a slot receiver this year. It's going to happen some last year, it's going to happen some this year. And so the ability to move Loveland to slot and still have two solid tight end options out there that you can block and these passes as well. It just opens up so much potential what the offense can do. And the weapons for Caleb Williams. I talked a lot about how, tight ends have safety valve. That is the thing that you can outlast Ace Hurst. That's what you see, right? And I think we'll commit as well. Like 2025 saw his lowest snap count, 768, the lowest catches of his career, 30, the most receiving yards since his rookie season in 2020, 147, right? He emerges
He's able to pick up the first down.
In the spots where he's just not used the same way as he's been used in the course of his career, right? Chicago ranked 6th in 12 personnel use at 32.6% of the time. So, that is a huge jump for the Eagles. And personnel to be able to do that, Eagles has already shown such a potential versatile weapon.
And 9 from the 39-yard line.
Maintain that still so this is about, right? This area of strength of the team. You want to build strengths and you want to get to the next level. And that's what the Sam Roush draft pick was about. It's about putting you in a situation to build the strength that you made the man personnel for you last year. And that's what the Bears are trying to do. It's not rockets. They are trying to reinvent the wheel here. And yes, I mean that came by not addressing the edge, right? But at the end of the day, it seems to me, a personal opinion, is that the Bears feel like this offense would take the step to the defense may not take it. The defense may take it. This offense is right.
From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete.
You can't just get it downfield. That's what's the battle of wins. Oh,
Here in the third quarter, Mike, points on this possession have gone a long way towards making this game
that's what this Bears team is trying to do. That's what Ben Johnson wants to do.
Especially in the passing
Ben
game.
Johnson in their purpose play calling and the Sam Roush strategy. It's up to Sam Roush to show that he can do that, how he can help this team in year one, and up to Ben Johnson and Press Taylor to find the ways to creatively use that and get this offense to the next level. That's what this is all about. It's all never been. I take that next step. The offense takes that truly elite step. At some point, you're going to lose some players in the offense. We have to replace DeAndre Swift. See what happens to Lawrence. At the end of the day, the defense eventually has to be addressed. And so while it seemed like they made marginal improvements on the defense, they make improvements on the field
after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
Under pressure, and he'll go down.
Very heavy focus on the defense. Now we thought that coming into this one, we'll see what that means, but overall, that's the hope it comes down to. And let's hope that as we make this step progress as a team, we're seeing the results of that and getting to where we need to be as a team and program. Let's hope, right? With that said, last topic of the day, there's been a lot made about the Chicago Bears, and I'm really going to be facing off against the Seattle Seahawks tonight. This becomes some Madden NFL says things. My guess right now is that it would be the Bears in Seattle Wednesday night opener against the Seahawks. And so this isn't the first time that right? This is probably now the third time that we've heard that this is happening. And so the Chicago Bears against the defending Seattle Seahawks opens up work, right? The thing that and me being in this fan base for the entirety of my life, one thing that I can tell you is that there's going to be an overreaction to this one way or another, right? There's absolutely going to be that meeting. If the Bears come in and handle the Seattle Seahawks, they're going to be Bears fans. Oh, we are going to be a Super Bowl contender. Did you see what we did in that night? That's going to be just amazing. Just the worst. And then there are going to be people that are Bears to back up this game. I don't say that it's a big
From the gun, Josh Allen.
We have a real contender. We're no matter what the Bears did, we did it. There's going to be overreactions even, right? But the reality of it is that this is a long season. What? Our season, what they win or lose, it doesn't automatically dictate how the rest of the season is going to go for the Chicago Bears. They're going to be reactions one way or another. I look at this and say that more so than anything, what I take away from this is that the NFL, and this isn't being the case, realizes that the Chicago Bears are going to this year, right? And the number of primetime games that we get this year is going to be fucking legit. And that is right. Because, you know what? I try to be about this. This isn't podcast ratings. This is big. Let me fan out. We fucking deserve this, right? The Bears, out of all the national media covers, the Bears bias, all this type, we fucking deserve this. The Bears fans have set the 15 years of success at best that we've had over that time. And now the fact that we have a head coach, now the fact that we have a franchise quarterback, now the fact that we did win a playoff game, now the fact that we did win a division with a chance, that we've been tighter than in the NFC, we fucking deserve this. Now, it is up to the Bears to not take this opportunity and look like shit in that opportunity, but at the same time, we deserve this. This is a sign and an indication that the NFL world is finally waking up to the fact that the Chicago Bears are fucking legit. Right? Now, I've told you guys many times before, it doesn't fucking matter what the national media thinks about the Chicago Bears. They can take their opinion, ball it up, roll it up, and shove it in their ass. I don't give a fuck about it. We know the rumors that are free on the Chicago Bears team back in 12 out of 17 moments at winning records for playoff teams last year. This is going to be a year where we live up to expectations that people are going to have to realize and eat their crow what they think the Chicago Bears are. At the same notion, if the Chicago Bears fail with these primetime games that are coming in these games against these former winning teams, that's me doubting the hater coming even stronger. This is the reality of it. That's what you do, right? But I'll tell you what, I'd rather be in this position and have to deal with that than be in the position that we've been in for years.
This is from the woman only. 5% cash back. Also, if I start a conga line, will you join? Earn 5% cash back in different categories each quarter. $1,500 in purchases when you activate.
On EA Sports.
Phew.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11.
And swing. I love the opportunities that we have here. We just got to see if it's going to work out and how Bryson Green evaluates these guys. Let me know what you guys think down. There's some players that stood out to you.
He'll send this one
That's it. I know I got the episodes out, I got the podcast out. I did get the first breaking news when he was out. Chicago yesterday had to run off this. Stephen Burgess thinks, right? Stephen Burgess is running as Bryson Graham's right hand man. Basketball operations to go next. Bryson Graham's, executive vice president of basketball operations. There you go there. He's hired as VP of player personnel. Burgess spent 12 years with Orlando, working himself up there. He's known as a guy that's strategy, cap management, player evaluation, and he has tons of connections as well. It's scouting, draft evaluation, player trades, and now I know that he was a former teammate with Bryce Grimm. Some people use that to say, well, Bryce was his teammate. And I actually have a good side of the perspective of that. I think he only left OKC because he has a relation with Bryce Graham. He got the promotion. But it's like OKC Thunder, the standard of modern NBA, they hired him in the year before they won a title, which means that he been evaluated. So the players that they drafted in the last 2 years. That's awesome, right? And so I think that right now we're having a person that this run on this team, right? It's going to be more layered, more collaborative, and this isn't just about hiring names. This is about Bryce Graham building. It's going to help them make the decisions, and this is something that he talked about at his press conference. Not me, he's respected. Everybody's voice is heard, and everybody has a say in the decisions. Of course, the ultimate final decision comes down to Bryce Graham, but you have these voices in the room that are being open to make those decisions. That's what I think the Bulls are doing. More so, I think that this shows a lot of guys. Bryce Graham said that building out the front office was top. They showed like Ryan also said that Bryce Graham would have the ability to build front office and have these seats making now resources and so it's doing that. This front office build is looking like some traditional. Keep in mind, with this, we may not have somebody with the GM. We may not have that. Now that it could happen, we cannot have that. This is like the front office is building.
Teams practice these situations
like
all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight
decision-making process, which is good, right? And I'll say this, if nothing else, that came out of the Acme era was that Acme era ended up being
interesting to see how they approach this format.
making it firestorm, like how they do it.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think
this is just the process. So now they're setting themselves up to have the proper processes.
To finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for three, that can be very deflating for an offense, settling for too many field goals.
Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And so the offense will take over.
It's a big work. This looks awesome. So let's see what's going to happen. But all this are hitting. These are like right now. He's got to bring it all. Start seeing the results in this draft. First opportunities to do that. You start hearing about the coaching search sooner rather than later as well. The Bryce Graham did say that this was something that he starts putting those analysts together.
Seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically,
that's going to do it for today's episode, y'all.
Whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there, or just simple
about all the
underneath
stuff. Still add impact players to Cameron Einstein, Presley Jr., Morris Johnson, Jay Watts, Dalen Swain. These are names that Bulls fans really need to know because they're an option here at number 15.
On play action,
and we'll see what this offense ends up doing. This was something to show. It's time for this front office and Scott Williams as a whole to show so that they can get that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well, hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode or upload. You guys can follow us at Bulls Pod.
On first and 10, it's Williams. Good. Tuck it and go.
Initially, Mike, a really good job. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
That's complete. It's Odunze. He'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
A gain of 3 yards.
Around 7:20 p.m. on the evening of December 11th, 2002, a police department in English County called Surrey started receiving all these frantic emergency calls. Now, all of these calls were coming from drivers on a heavily trafficked highway called 3, and they all were saying the same things. They had seen this totally reckless driver with super bright headlights that was weaving in and out of traffic and going at high speeds.
To the perimeter, got Odunze on the out.
They saw this go down off the side of the highway. So it looks like they were crashed. And so, of course, this police department, after getting all these calls, decided to send out a group of officers to see what was going on. When the 2 officers got out to the 3,
Survivor, they didn't see the run. They didn't see a wreck on the side of the road. They didn't see any signs of accident. I mean, there was nothing there. Now, if only one person called in about this wild reckless driver, at this point, the officers would chalk this up to a mistake or even a prank. But so many people called in about this one particular reckless driver on the tree that these two officers decided to just keep looking, really see if they could figure out this driver went. So to this point, these officers have just
Try to hit that nigga till you know well.
They decided they would get out, walk on foot on the edge of the highway because there were these huge forests that lined either side of the highway. In fact, Surrey, the county in England, was heavily forested areas in England. And so these forests on either side of the A3 were very dense. It might be possible that this driver had been almost made it seem
We're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us that.
To the end zone, it's intercepted.
Basically disappear from the road. That in order to see this crash in the forest, you'd have to be basically in the forest. And so these two officers pulled over, they got out and walking along the edge of the highway, staring into the forest, looking for a sign of car. And sure enough, after walking for a while, one of the officers spotted something deep in the woods that looked almost metallic or plastic. Whatever it wasn't supposed to be in the forest. And so the officers made their way into the tree line and walking through all the trees. As they got closer, they realized clearly their blood.
Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball is going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. To the left side, it's caught by Shakir.
Yo, the video. Hope you have a very great day. Hope you have a very great week. Monday is going absolutely excellent. Big shout out to College Sugar Mills at the Travel and much love. Anyway, we have started to hear about what Christian. And big shout out to everybody in the great city of Missouri. Everybody in the great city of Christian. Now, before I start the story, I want to say a special thank you out to our children and also to my subscribers. Sitting in the story, so keep these stories. Let me ask you a question. How would you feel if you was at your job working hard for the past 6 months to 9 months, and it was time for a promotion, and you put in for a promotion, but another coach got the promotion instead of you? How would you react? And also, how would you respond? That's the case story right here. When we have a hard-working young man who was recently passed on promotion, and things went very well. And not only did things go very well, but also he's trying to kill a woman. Now, as you all hear the story, you ask yourself one simple question. What did McAllister Daly and also Joe expect to happen? Because it's not Javon Mallory, first time, get into an altercation with a woman. And I'm going to let you all know right now, every woman he got an altercation with, yes, it was not black, it was not Chinese. But as you all see by the thumbnail, it was white. Check this out.
13 years ago, a similar incident happened. When Mallory was 18, he attacked a fellow student at St. Louis Community College's Merrimack campus. She was in the bathroom washing her hands when Mallory came and started choking her. An employee ran in and stopped the attack.
The second down throw is incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Allen going to throw again. That broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Now
We're
or
sitting down
never,
on
they'll
hit.
throw on fourth down. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They forced the incompletion.
That was not his first time
Take the
attacking
ball over
White
on
Weapon.
down.
For some reason, Javon Mallory.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's
Several
really
of the
no
victims
choice
came
but
forward to
go
five
for
on your
this at
side.
this point.
Speaking
But
anonymously,
once
they
again,
told us
this
Mallory
defense,
had threatened
they're
them
up to the
before
task.
attacking.
Into
Follow me
space.
at a few lanes behind me. It wasn't even like a screen.
And now, as you all heard, Javon Mallory beats White Weapon. Not only beat White Weapon, but also he let him to attack them. Now, picture this. It's how man was recipe for the Suns. See, a young man was not going to
They tried for two, and it does
he
not
has a history of violence against women. And not only does he have a history of violence against women, but also, as you all heard,
to the final few seconds of this one
Snow
as the
was
kick
known
is
to
away.
these women and college camps. So ask
And
yourself
this is
this,
going to
man.
end up way
What
short
did
of
the
the landing zone, so
And also,
that's going to move
McAllis
the ball
Deli,
up to the
did
40-yard line.
Prison.
The
So
Bills
they
bringing
used
on
on
their
the team
punting
six
unit.
for
The punt for
choking
the
the hell out of
looking
them.
to pin the opponent
once again,
back deep.
made the check that McAllis Deli. And also, why did you run out? That's why we're in today. Why did McAllis Deli jump out? Decide to give the white woman the promotion instead of because she walked into once again. You want to see the white woman. It's not to be racist. It's because if you all hurt yourself, you got the thing for attacking.
One final play.
Let's begin.
It raged over closed tonight. A man is behind bars accused of choking his coworker.
The chilling attack happened yesterday morning at the McAllister's Deli on St. Charles Rock Road.
In court documents merged in police say Javon Mallory came into the McAllister's Deli on St. Charles Rock Road where he worked around 10:30 a.m. Monday to confront a coworker in the office because she got promoted and he didn't.
And now, family, this incident here taking place Tuesday, June 9th, around 10:30 a.m., where we have 32-year-old Javon Mallory who decided to sneak into McAllister Deli and confront a co-worker who got a promotion before him. Now, what makes it so troublesome, family, is the fact that Javon Mallory was not even scheduled to work that day. That's why he also was joined burglary because he snuck inside the business. And not only did he sneak inside the business, but once he was in there, he caught the co-worker toward the back of the restaurant where he pulled her into the storeroom, started choking, and let him out of the fight. And thank God, the general manager heard the commotion. Now, picture this, family. Picture you just got a promotion from your job in celebrating. You know what kind of promotion? I was just like from a line of to a country job. So picture you celebrate your promotion. And I was the whole because like behind that promotion, we put the cycle. And not only was he because he loves to attack women, but he was white women. So ask yourself today, family, after hearing that, why would a man from Jeffrey Center take you to prison? All that, all this whole year, throwing up